This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to episode number 61 of Marbella with him and her. He is
PJ Lopez and she be
Hannah Murray. I said it all right.
Yeah,
she be?
Yeah, because I think I decided it rhymes with Hannah Murray, she be Hannah Murray. Like as if it was a rap.
You're like a rapper.
I am.
I said welcome 400 million times in last week's introduction, so I only said it once today.
Welcome.
Welcome. We had a beach picnic last Sunday. We did the podcast before doing the picnic, having made the food, and you said, oh, I'll tell them more about the food next week, so go for it.
So I made my Asian Coleslaw, which you have named PJ's Asian Coleslaw.
Yes, that should have its full name.
Yes, and it's basically a normal coleslaw mix, which is red cabbage, white cabbage, onion and carrot. But I use Asian spices in it. So I use a thing called
Gochujang.
So
you use gokwan.
I do not use gokwan. I use gochujang.
Okay.
Which is a Korean chili paste, and I mix that with orange juice and soy sauce and fish sauce, and then I put peanut butter in till it gets nice and thick, and then I pour it over that mixture and mix it all in, and that's my Asian coleslaw. Very simple but very, very tasty. And this time, because I've made it this week, I've put cashew nuts in it as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, lovely. Look forward to that. We're having that for lunch.
And I also did a slow-cooked Moroccan
Chicken.
Couscous, yeah.
Why are you finding it so difficult to think of all of the words
I thought it should have a name, but it's not. It's Moroccan slow-cooked chicken couscous,
exactly,
basically. But the big thing there, so anyone can do that. I did it in the slow cooker, but what I do is I use the stock that I cooked the chicken in to put into the couscous, so you get all of the flavour into the couscous.
Yeah, it was full of flavour. Very nice. I no longer hold the title of Boule champion.
You've been deballed.
I've been deballed, yes. I won the last 3 years with various partners. My dad and I won last year. But Dad has regained the crown.
Retained
the crown. He and Renee won this year, and they were given their, what are they called? Trophies. They were given their trophies. We took a photo and then Roger said, I'll take those back, please, for next year. So they had them in their hands for like 15 seconds.
You're allowed to touch them, but you can't keep them.
So yes, very well done to them. Dad did really well. He also won the Text Speak Bingo that Fiona had organised, which was great fun, and won a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, I know. He's on a winning streak.
Yeah, he did really, really
LOL.
well.
Lots of love.
Lots of love. Or laughs when it's inappropriate. Debbie also taught some of the girls the Perfect Couples dance. So that's the name of the show, The Perfect Couple. And the opening was a song called Criminals by Meghan Trainor. And the whole family do this really cool dance. And she learnt it and taught it to us.
And it was good.
Yeah, I basically look like Nicole Kidman.
Yes, you did look like Nicole Kidman.
You're kidding, man.
Quite interesting, because I posted it up on the San Pedro guide, because we obviously had a picnic in San Pedro, and some people commented, oh, we walked past and saw that happening, so that was quite funny.
Yes, showing what a small place San Pedro is. My friend Aoife went to Ireland over the weekend and she bought back some goodies for us. She bought back some drinking chocolate because we said it was really expensive here.
Yes.
So she kindly bought us some back, which we've already enjoyed some of. And also some Pilates socks by a brand called Glide. She said it's her friend's company and her friend makes them and they're really cute. So I used them when I did my Pilates class on Monday.
And did it help you?
It did. I was that much stronger and svelte-like.
Svelte-like?
I don't know, is that a thing?
I think it's what you put on roofs, isn't it? Asphalt.
No, svelte as in like my body is, no, like thin.
It smelt.
Oh, stop it. Oh, shut up, I'm sure it's the thing. I interviewed you and Sheila on my radio show early this week, which was fun.
Yes, it was all about an inspector calls. And it was good. Well, not just about that, about theatre in general. So it was good fun.
Yeah, we had a good old chat about it. It was strange. I didn't make a big thing about you being my husband.
No, you never do.
But I did say that you were my husband.
You
but
did.
There wasn't like, oh, can you put the kettle on love discussions?
No, there wasn't. It was very professional.
Very professional. I also had the pleasure of being on the radio with Mary Harbo this week. She was standing in for Selena's show on Monday and Tuesday, and she wanted to have me in at the end of her show before my show, talking about the guests coming up, but she got me involved in the guest that she had on her show both days, which was really nice. It was really fun. It reminded me of the old days.
Oh, do you remember that far back?
I do. Mm-hmm. I do. I also interviewed a very interesting gentleman this week called Menno Meyers, who wrote the screenplay for the film The Colour Purple.
So remind me what The Colour Purple is.
The Colour Purple is one of the greatest films of all time, directed by Steven Spielberg. I think it holds the record for the most nominated films at the Academy Awards, but didn't actually win anything, which was an absolute travesty, which I told him. It's the one with Whoopi Goldberg.
I was just going to say, was it one with Whoopi Goldberg?
And Danny Glover. It's really, hard-hitting film set in the deep south, and very sad, but absolutely brilliant. So it was really fascinating talking to him, and gave some insights on working on the set with Steven Spielberg, who he said was really generous with his time and wanted him to be involved and come onto the set, and fascinating. So that was a real pleasure. I wanted to mention the fact, because I did take a photo of it, that my welcome back balloon, one of the balloons that you and Sheila and Dad got me when I came back from India, is still full of air and floating around on our living room ceiling.
I did notice yesterday that it's got a little bit sort of crinkly, I think is a good word to describe it.
But it's still up there.
It's still up, it's managed to stay up for a long time.
Which is incredible, over 2 months.
And it didn't even have any Viagra. I mean, it's amazing.
Really impressive. So well done on that welcome back balloon. Reminds me every day that I'm back.
Yes, you don't need to remind us of that.
I also, on Friday, got my hair done by Maher at Maher in Marbella.
And we're going to leave it there because we always make a joke about that, but we're going to leave it at Maher.
I did find out, though, that his name is Maher.
Okay.
Which is why I got my hair done by Maher at Maher. It makes sense.
Yes. Can you do my hair as well?
Maybe, yeah. I had 2 of them at once doing my hair, and then I had a head massage. I mean, you honestly feel like a princess when you're there. Maybe you should go and feel like a princess.
Okay, when are you going to stop feeling like a princess?
When I'm not getting my hair done by my hair. I brought back a little surprise for us both, because I was supposed to be having lunch with Charlotte, but unfortunately she had a business emergency to attend to. So I brought back some King Ramen for us.
Oh, yes, and that is actually noodles, if you're just wondering who the hell King Ramen is. He didn't come back to our house.
No.
But you brought back, which we've been looking forward to trying, King Ramen, because they do ramen noodles and lots of different choices, and then you found out they do lots of other things as well, like sushi
I don't think I've ever seen such an extensive sushi menu. So I'm
not
really
too
looking
expensive.
No, it's absolutely a good price. So the ramen, I had the fried chicken teriyaki ramen, which was $11.95, and I got you the beef because it was the only one that said the word spicy on it, and it was a spicy peanut sauce, and that was $13.95.
Very nice it was too.
Yeah, really, really good price. I mean, it didn't look that special when you empty it out of the takeaway box because all the noodles were kind of clunked together. So I'm sure it'll be nicer dining in, but absolutely nothing wrong with the taste.
No, once you separated it and we put it into a bowl, it was lovely.
I'm still not convinced in terms of being a massive ramen.
But don't forget, I cooked ramen once and you loved it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's all down to the broth, really, because we love noodles.
No, absolutely.
We love chicken. It's
just the fact that you have a spoon and you're having some of it like a soup, and then you've got the noodles with the fork, and we commented it's definitely not a first date meal, is it?
No, you do sort of end up, no matter how careful you are, and I find this with a pot noodle, to be fair, no matter how careful you are.
If that was a first date, you wouldn't go back for that reason. If you took me for a pot noodle on our first date,
nothing
we would not
wrong with
still
pot
be
noodle.
together.
Bombay Bad Boy is great.
Oh, God.
But yeah, it does seem to splash a bit. You get splashback.
Yes, you definitely get splashback from a ramen. I noticed also the new Domino's, which is open next door to King Ramen. There was a big poster in the window. They have an introductory offer.
Introductory offer? What's an introductory offer?
Introductory. Is that not a thing?
Introductory?
Introductory.
Sorry, our studio just fell apart.
Jesus Christ.
And that's why we've got the disclaimer at the bottom, because Hannah just swore.
Landed on my head. Oh, God.
That's because you said introductory wrong.
That's because I said introductory. Is that what is it?
Introductory.
Introductory.
You're introducing something.
Yeah, I know. What did I say it was?
Or nothing like that. You said something completely different. Introductory, yeah.
Okay, it's one of them.
So
it's a
lesson number 2 of English. Introduction can also be used in the term introductory.
Introductory. $6.99 for a medium pizza, which is really good.
We're going to try that.
I think we should.
And didn't you get something else with it, like a drink or something?
No, I thought it was, but it's not. It just, if you read the small printed, it just says that it's basically tomato and cheese and 2 toppings.
Okay, well that's fine.
Toppings.
That's fine. That's very cheap.
Yeah.
But you have to collect it. You can't have it delivered for that price.
Yes, okay. Very good. A poster was released this week for Grapevine Luncheon Club, the next one coming up in May, which I am doing. It's at Oak by La Sala on Wednesday the 21st of May, and I'm doing a talk all about my India trip.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you can still remember that far back, can you?
I can. Yeah, really looking forward to that. Lots of friends have already booked or expressed an interest in booking, so there'll be a nice little gathering. So I booked the day off work, and yeah, it'll be fun.
And I've got to say, Oak does amazing food. We had a great Chateaubriand when we went there.
Oh, stunning. I'm really looking forward to it. Excuse me. I've ordered the...
Not burp during the podcast. Oh my God, it's all coming out today, isn't it?
I ordered the cottage pie.
Okay.
Because it sounds good.
What was the choice?
Cottage pie, sea bass, I think, and a mushroom risotto.
Oh, I would have gone for cottage pie.
Yeah, sounds really good. And your play has started, almost finished this week?
Yes, so we opened Friday, last night's performance, and then tonight is the finale. So I think we'll update everybody next week about the whole thing together.
Yeah,
You're
going
coming
to
tonight,
see it tonight.
Yes.
Really looking forward to it.
Not nervous at all about you coming with all of our friends and.
Oh, you shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. It'll be good fun. We're all just looking forward to it.
Do you want to know what happens in the end?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I got up ridiculously early yesterday to do the Darkness into Light walk. I set my alarm for 5:20, left the house at 5:30, and we all met in Estepona to do the Darkness into Light walk. This is something that happens every year. It started in Ireland. It's an Irish thing, but it happens all around the world, and it's to raise money and awareness for mental health issues. It's all about suicide and self-harm and things like that, and it's amazing how many people had stories or connections to people with suicide, which is absolutely heartbreaking. Thankfully, I don't personally, but it's a lovely thing to support and be there and do. It's a 5-kilometre walk at 6 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, it's dark, obviously, and it gets light. We didn't see the sun this time, unfortunately, because it was quite cloudy in the morning, so it got light, but we didn't actually see the sunrise, which was a shame. But everyone wears their yellow T-shirts, so it's quite a sight to see, I can imagine. And something they did this year, which was really nice, they had lots of yellow ribbons, and people could write a message on a yellow ribbon about someone that they'd loved and lost and hang it from this tree. Isn't there a song?
Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. Yes.
So that was nice. So that was quite emotional. I just wrote the words "Miss you, Mum" with a heart, and straight away my eyes filled with tears. But there were lots of people that were emotional, and yeah, it was just a really lovely thing to do. It was really pretty, and I'm pleased I did it.
Yeah, it's great when people can give back to charities and things that have happened and reminisce and talk about things that have affected them. I think it's really important to be able to do that. And I'm glad that they're doing this every year and that so many people get involved.
Yeah, absolutely. And you visited a new place which actually opens next week in San Pedro.
Opens
called
Tuesday.
La Barra.
Yeah, La Barra. It is it's La Barra Marbella. And La Barra is just a French stick, really, or a French loaf. That's what La Barra is in Spanish. It's a new concept of bakery. So where the old Passion Cafe used to be, so that was a big unit. So what they've done is they split it in half and they put glass up. So the bakers are behind glass, so you can see them baking. And they've actually got stalls along one side where you can have your coffee watching them bake. And yeah, really modern looking. I had a chat with one of the people in there, I assume it's one of the owners, very friendly, telling me all about it. He's Polish. They're not really doing any Polish style breads or anything at the moment. He did say he'd love to bring in this special, I think he said it was a blueberry bread of some sort that's very famous in Poland.
Wow,
but
I like the
it
sound of that.
can only happen one time of the year because you can only get these blueberries or whatever from a certain time. He may not be doing it, but they're not going to do it at the moment. So it's going to be everything gluten. So it's we get a lot of anti-gluten stuff. This is the opposite. It's an anti-gluten.
Full on gluten.
Yeah. No, it sounds really good. And if you are around Tuesday in La Colonia in San Pedro, pop along. They apparently were giving out free samples last week in the area. And then when I was there, they just done a test bake of croissants. And he gave me some croissants. And they were amazing.
They were so good, weren't they?
Yeah.
Really, really good. So yes, looking forward to that. So it's basically a bakery, but you can go in and...
Bakery and coffee shop, yeah.
Yeah, nice. And wanted to give people an update on Poppy, because a few people have been asking after our dear little cat, after the episode in the vets. She is a lot better. She's home. She is very vocal, isn't she?
Oh, very. Like more than ever.
Really noisy.
And a bit clingy.
Yeah, which is cute. Clingy's cute.
Yes, I think
Vocal's slightly annoying, especially at night.
Yes, every time she moves, she makes noise.
Yeah.
Even when she's playing on her own, she meows and makes noise. She's very funny. She's a squeaky toy.
Yes, which during the day is funny. At night when you're trying to sleep, not so much.
Yes.
But very clingy and cuddly and cute. I had a lovely day yesterday after the Darkness into Light walk. Went home, had a bit of a snooze, No, I didn't have a snooze, did I? Just had a rest, had some brekkie. And then...
Well, you did have a snooze.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Okay.
For about 3 hours.
No, I'm talking about in the morning before I went out.
Yes, you came back from Darkness and Light, I went downstairs and you had a snooze.
I wasn't home for 3 hours before I went out again. Barely an hour.
You slept lots.
Okay. Me, Aoife and Maeve went to Los Espigones. You kindly gave us a lift, thank you very much, because we'd done quite a bit of walking already. Plus, Aoife had to take the dogs out, so...
Yeah, you were quite high maintenance that morning. You got back from the walk and demanded a sausage sandwich.
I don't
and then asked
demand.
me, and then asked for a lift.
Mean.
Well, it was my own fault. I said, "Oh, are you going to be all right walking?" You said, "Oh no, can you give us a lift?" It's my own fault for mentioning anything.
Good point. Yes, thank you very much. So we went to Los Espigones and got beds, and it's unbelievable how much the prices are going up each year in Marbella for various things. Isn't against Los Espigones. I love it there. All the guys who work there, really nice. It's a great place to go. But I remember for years the beds were €8, then they were €9, then they crept up to 11. They were 13 €13 for a bed. You do get a free drink though, which is very unusual, so appreciated that. The food has gone up as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Love, love, love the food. You can get a bottle of house wine for €18.
Yes, that's really good. Yeah.
The adobo, we had some adobo to share, which I have to say was excellent. It's one of the best adobo ever. We need to remember where's good for adobo and where isn't. Los Espigones, fantastic for adobo. They're basically little cubes of white fish that have been marinated in like vinegar and herbs and things and then deep fried. Really delicious. But a plate of adobo, €17, which seemed quite a lot.
Yes. And you sure that I mean, I'm assuming that's a portion of, not
yes.
a tap, yeah, but I mean, that's what you mainly get them as. Yes, it does seem a lot. And I think we've noticed, even in Guayaba last year, it hasn't opened yet this year. It opens in June, I think, which will bring you update on that when that happens. I think all the prices have gone up there. So each year things are creeping up. I know goods are going up and the costs are going up, but it does seem...
But our wages aren't.
No, exactly. and it does... Well, yeah, everything around us is going up, except the wages. So we're actually being able to do less and, spend less because we haven't got as much.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Interesting that this is happening. I think also we do live in a tourist location. So we do have to be careful sometimes not to really get caught up in the real tourist places during the summer, because the prices are high because it's tourism and they make their money during that time.
Yeah.
And obviously living here, you can get caught up in that as well.
Yeah, people come here on holiday and they have money to spend. You know, they've been saving up, or, you know, they're just looking forward to splurging on lots of nice food and drink and beach clubs and whatever, which is great. You know, that's how we survive. But for those of us living here, which haven't seen our wages go up, it's getting harder and harder to be able to go to a lot of these places on a frequent basis.
What would be interesting is if any of our listeners out there have recommendations on places that are great for things like, you know, beaches to lay on beds, obviously, chiringuitos, places to eat locally that aren't quite in the tourist sort of trap. Let us know, because we'll go and try them and we'll give it a review on the pod.
Yeah, definitely. We also afterwards popped into La Sala by the Sea, which I have to say was amazing. The atmosphere, it was absolutely packed. I mean, it wasn't in the restaurant area, to be honest. We were there a little bit later than lunchtime. We were there at kind of, I'm not sure, about 4:30. So there weren't lots of people eating, but around the pool area, really busy. Great music, I have to say. There was some real banging tunes being played. So we may have shared the Thai platter whilst we were there.
So hang on, you had lunch, went for a walk down the beach, went into another place, had some drinks, walked back to La Sala, ate again, had drinks, came home via having drinks, possibly.
Went for another drink in Alabadero.
And then made something to eat and went to bed.
Yeah, well, I needed to soak up the alcohol. I haven't been hungover today, have I? So it worked.
No, you ate your way through it.
Well, back at the gym next week, 3 times a week. It's all good. Couple of Sir in English articles to mention, something which I thought sounded fab, although annoyingly I can't make any of them. But the article reads, from changing a button to fixing a zip, Primark offers free sewing workshops in Marbella. They're called Love It for Longer classes on the 15th of May, which is a Thursday, at the La Cañada Primark store, led by someone called Natty, who is a mending and recycling expert. I'll put her Instagram tag on the stories. So there were 3 one-hour sessions. You can go from 12 till 1, 5 till 6, or 7 till 8. And we'll also put the link for Eventbrite where you book if you want to. But what a great idea.
Yes. Can you sew a button on?
I mean, if there was a gun held to my head, yes, but it's not something I'd choose to do.
Okay. No, I mean, only saying that because I'm wearing a white shirt in the play, and I'm going to say the collar is a little bit tight. So
I can't.
I took the button off and re-sewed it on.
You did? You're really good.
Yeah, but I did prick my thumb and finger a few times.
Oh, did you feel a little prick?
I did feel a bit of a prick. I need a thimble.
Oh, God. God help me. I'm not buying you a thimble for your birthday.
Yeah, no, please don't buy me a thimble for my birthday.
Oh, jeez. There was also an interesting piece talking about over 9,000 runners and cyclists face Ronda's challenge of 101 kilometres in 24 hours. This is organised by the Spanish Legion.
Yeah, so this is interesting. I work with a girl whose boyfriend is part of the Spanish Legion. He's quite high up in it. He's like a sergeant or something like that. And he's based in Ronda. Okay. So he's actually involved in this because it's specifically the Ronda Legion that are involved in it, and they do it every year. She said, oh, are you going to go up there? But obviously you can't get to Ronda unless you go about 3 hours
yeah.
diverted. That was my excuse for not going, apart from not wanting to walk 101 kilometres.
Well, quite.
It's 24 hours, this challenge. So people have to complete it within 24 hours if they're walking. If you're cycling, you have to do it within 12 hours. And what she said is it's a real sort of family affair. You know, the whole family go out and do it. There's children, there's teenagers, there's middle-aged people, and there's people in their 80s and 90s doing it. Wow. I mean, it sounds absolutely amazing and a really good sort of community thing for people to do.
Fantastic.
So that's happening so it's Saturday and Sunday that's happening. So there's going to be some very tired people in Ronda.
Saturday and Sunday?
Today.
Oh, it's this weekend?
Yes, and yesterday.
Fantastic.
I don't think she was doing it. She's helping, I think, and her boyfriend's helping. So she will be in, as usual, on Monday. There's going to be a lot of tired people in Ronda, I should think, on Monday.
Gosh. There was also a piece talking about top UK stand-up comedians. Comedians? Comedians.
Come a comedian.
top UK stand-up comedians, head to the Costa del Sol. And these are the guys that we've seen loads of times. Nick Coppin, I've interviewed him on my show, and Lucy Ammons as well has been on many times on Women Talk.
She's done some stuff at Salon, hasn't she, as well?
Yeah, she's brilliant. So they are organising this next lot of comedy shows. There's one in Mijas at the Casbah Live Lounge on Tuesday the 20th of May, and one in Estepona at Louis Louis on Wednesday the 21st of May.
We like comedy.
We do. We love it. It's always a great night. Really, really is a great night. So do try and go along and support that. Get the tickets in advance.
It's very funny because we go with our Liverpudlian friend Peter. Hello, Peter, because I know you listen to the pod. And he's always picked on, isn't he, as the Scouser, because it gives him good material to get himself going.
Absolutely. And Peter doesn't mind. He's a good sport.
He is very good sport. So, yeah. But no, I totally recommend these comedy nights. It's very, very good quality. I mean, it's not sort of... And it is amateur, but it doesn't appear amateur. It's really, really...
What do you mean it's amateur? They're all professional comedians. What's amateur about?
Oh, they are professionals?
Yes! Oh, my God, yeah. I can't believe you said it's amateur.
Well, no, only because sometimes he does a work...
Top UK stand-up comedians.
Okay. Didn't see that bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
Some of them have been on telly and everything.
I wasn't listening to you.
No,
I was
clearly.
thinking about the FA Cup final next week.
Yes, have you got your ticket?
Well, no, of course I haven't.
You're not going, are you?
No, it's sold out really quickly,
Really?
and there's some other tickets apparently coming on sale. But you've got to be like a member, and you can't. It's really difficult just to be sort of
a fan
and just get a ticket. So yeah, I'll be watching it. I haven't decided where to watch it yet. I didn't tell you this. I have been invited to a barbecue, and I haven't responded to him yet. So I apologise, Jason Reed, if you're listening. He's having a barbecue next week, and said that he might get the TV out in the garden. But obviously, you've got something on next week, so you might be able to watch some of it. So I haven't decided where and how I'm going to watch it.
Okay. Oh, that would be nice. Then.
I might just be sitting here on my own with a cat.
Oh, that would be a shame.
But yay, go Palace.
Go to Hogan's, for goodness sake.
Well, I don't know. It depends if they've got Irish sport on.
Surely there'll be other people wanting to watch the FA Cup final.
I don't know.
Oh,
it
you
depends
would have thought so.
It depends if there's some big Irish sport going on.
Well, I expect there'll be both. Anyway, we'll sort it out. That is it from us. I hope you've enjoyed this week's pod, and please give us a follow both on the podcast. Make sure you're following the podcast wherever you listen to us, and give us a follow on Instagram. I'm at Radio Hannah.
And I'm at PJ Lopez 1 Marbella.
It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.